guys, Seth here with ALE Truck Beds. We're just going to come out here today. We're going to show you some of our most popular model beds, and that would be our aluminum gooseneck service bodies. Today we're going to go over 3 different brands. They're all in the gooseneck service body range as far as model wise. 3 different brands. You know, they all are going to have their own options to them. You know, none of them's the same, but they all have different options. One might work better for one guy compared to the next. First off, we're going to start with the Bradford built Contractor, all aluminum Contractor. Then we're going to move to the Jutland truck bodies gooseneck service body. Then we're going to go to the Martin truck bodies gooseneck service body. Stick around, you're going to want to watch all these. First, we're going to start off with the Bradford built all aluminum shell to this one, and it does have the hitches built into it. So it's going to have your rear receiver hitch built into it. That's a 2.5-inch receiver hitch rated at 18,000. Moving up, it's going to have a gooseneck hitch in it, and this has the B&W turnover ball in it. Makes it really good for if you're using a companion hitch. That will receive that and makes it a good option if you're pulling a camper with this. Next off, it's got a nice tailgate to it. Take a look at this. Folds all the way down out of your way. You can put a pallet in there. This bed here on the inside is going to measure 55 inches. So you're going to get a pallet in there, not a problem. And yeah, you can put a four-wheeler in there yet as well. They use an extruded floor in this, so that it's really going to beef up your floor. They have 4 tie downs in there as well, and they also do have a slam style tailgate latch, so that makes that really nice. Bradford built, they're using LED lights, sealed wiring harness in the rust belt here. That's a big plus for us. If companies don't even have a sealed wiring harness, it's it's a nightmare whenever the first snow comes. Get a lot of corrosion, and it just, yeah. So sealed wiring harness in the north is a must. Let's walk over here. We'll take a look at the different boxes. Starting out with the Bradford built Contractor bed, the boxes here. So it's going to have 2 whale tail style latches to open that. No shelf in this. We can add a shelf if you needed something. It's got your light protectors in there. Protect your lights and your wiring. That way if you're throwing tools in there, you don't have to worry about that getting unplugged. They do vent through all their boxes through the top, so that makes it nice. So that way you can they're all kind of vented that way. They do have a nice seal on this, as far as theirs is just just like a foam. That way when it's sealed or shut up, it'll seal up from the water. Next, we have our box over top the wheel. That's a nice sized box. You can put a lot of different toolboxes in there. You know, power tools. These days, with all the different power tools, they have pretty much a power tool for everything. So I'm pretty sure you can almost fit every one of those into this box, into the whole box as far as the bed goes. Now, Bradford they do use a stainless steel hinge on that. That makes it really nice. Then you don't have to worry about something rusting out. Moving up to the front here. This is really cool. So Bradford sent these in here, and a little tool drawer. Don't get me wrong, they're not a C-Tech drawer by any means, but you could pull these things out and carry them over to where you're working with all your tools in there. That's pretty cool. This one is not mounted in here, so we can remove this and put it into another box, put a shelf in there. Just kind of a cool feature that kind of just adds to it. This bed here, they're going to use, Bradford uses this is their signature headache rack. They use this on, you know, their work beds or floor boxes, whether it be steel or aluminum. Proven. And this thing is it's a tank. LED lights in that as well. Now this is cool too. Bradford built just started doing this. It's going in all their beds and it is awesome. Bradford built laser cut out in the top. Then they have lights behind it with like a sign material. And at night, it looks really cool. Louvers, we can add another louver if you wanted to. If you don't have a third brake light or a sliding window, we can put another louver in there as well. Okay, so this is our Bradford built aluminum contractor model bed. They call it the contractor. I call it a gooseneck service body. It's going to have square corners in the back. Some trailers this might give you an issue with having square corners in the back. Something to be mindful when you're looking into these beds. All these beds are going to have different features, different price points. So yeah, it's up to you to kind of do your homework of what's going to fit you for what your operation does. Let's move over to the Jutland truck bodies gooseneck service body. So this one here, going to have a single handle tailgate latch. Another cool thing on these is watch what you can fold that tailgate all the way down. That's pretty cool. So that way you can get, you know, another foot in there to get a pallet out of there if you have a forklift putting a pallet in there. This bed here is going to be 51.5 inches wide. So you can still put a pallet in there, not a problem. Salt spreader is going to slide in this as well. That's a big question we get on a lot of these different beds is, can I still put a salt spreader in there? Yep, you sure can. I'd hate to do it on an expensive, nice bed like that, but hey, whatever makes you money does. So they have their stainless steel D-rings in the floor for tie downs. Now this one's going to be different than the Bradford built. This is an all aluminum truck bed, so there's no hitches built into this at all. Got this slam latch on the tailgate. These are stainless, so they're not going to give you any problems rusting out or nothing. So the hitches are going to bolt to the truck frame chassis itself. So that way your receiver hitch is bolted to the truck frame chassis and your gooseneck hitch is bolted to the truck frame chassis. That way you're pulling directly off the truck frame. You're not pulling off the bed frame at all. Just gives you that little bit of warm feeling when you're pulling a big trailer down the road. They use all LED lights, sealed wiring harness. So that's one thing that's just it's a must on a lot of these different truck bodies. On this one here, let's take a look at their side boxes. Going to be your standard 3 boxes. This one here opens a little bit different than most of your traditional bodies. It's going to open outwards, which is kind of cool. Makes them different. They use a gas shock on theirs, automotive style bulb seal on here. Comes with one shelf in there that is adjustable. Don't want the shelf, we can take that out. We can order a tool drawer set put in there to organize all your hand tools. Bolt bins, we can put bolt bins in there, whatever your operation calls for. Let's take a look at the box over top of the wheel. Nice little box over top of the wheel. And remember, this is a gooseneck service body, so this is going to be a little bit shorter box just because you need this clearance right here for your gooseneck trailer. Another thing too, a lot of guys put these on a truck and they don't even put a gooseneck hitch in it. They just like the look of the low profile service body. That's also an option as well. Moving to over top of the wheel, they have a nice round wheel well design. They add this little fender flare on there that just finishes the bed off, looks really well. On their body too, kind of similar to the Martins, we can pull these side panels off and paint them, color match them to the truck. That way, you know, it looks like that bed was made exactly for that truck. We do that a lot. A lot of customers get them color matched. Hell, it looks great. Let's take a look at this front box. Front box, going to be very similar to the back box. Gas shock on it, single shelf in there, adjustable. We can add more shelves in there, put a tool drawer in there. We can spec this out kind of to how you want it. Not everybody's operation is the same, so you might need some other options that some other people don't need. We can help you out with that, whether it be lights, power inverters, strobe lights, work lights, you name it, we can help you out with that. On this body here, they have a nice sleek look on their headache rack, laser cut out louvers in there. That way you have good visibility out of the cab of the truck. On here, they do what I call the accent on it. So it's going to be smooth on the sides and then diamond plate on top. Some guys don't like that. I really like that just because it gives it a good look. And two, if you're using this for part of a workbench, which guys, if you're out on the road and you're working on the side of the road, this is going to become a workbench eventually. So these diamond plates, it keeps it from looking all scratched up. Don't get me wrong, you're still going to see scratches in there, but not like you would a smooth aluminum. Yeah, so we had our Bradford built Contractor, our Jutland gooseneck service body. Let's take a look at the Martin gooseneck service body. Martin gooseneck service body, starting out, walking up to it, rear bumper on the back gives you plenty of foot room to get up on there. Whole boot fits up on there, not a problem. Step up in there. LED lights. It's going to have a single handle for the tailgate. This one, you're going to be at 48.5 inches, so a pallet is just going to slide in there. A lot of guys say, well, them other ones have a lot more cargo space. Well, they do, but they lose it in their box space. So this one's going to have deeper boxes. The other ones are going to have more cargo space. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know what your operation needs. Does it need more cargo space in the back, or does it need deeper boxes? And that's what showing all these different beds kind of will weigh that option out for you and help you make your decision. Now, the gooseneck service body from Martin's, that is going to be similar to the Jutland body. So there is no hitches built into it. So that being said, it relies on the hitches on the truck. So making sure that the rear receiver hitch is bolted directly to the truck chassis. Gooseneck hitch bolted directly to the truck chassis as well. Another thing too, Martin's does do a taper corner on the side of or the rear corners of their beds. That just gives it that much more turning radius whenever you have a gooseneck trailer on there, fifth wheel camper, toy hauler, horse trailer. That's really going to make a difference. Let's take a look at their box space on here. A little bit different setup here than what the last couple were. The last couple was everything accesses from the side. Theirs is a little bit different, a little more unique. Take a look at it. Starting off, got our box underneath behind the wheel here. Now this box is cool because it's not just right here. It goes all the way. You can see my arm there. It goes all the way up in there, all the way up into the corner. So you can get a lot of tools in there. Tools, oil jugs, milk crates to hold different oil jugs and grease, whatever you need to haul with you on the road. Cool thing about these, we can upgrade to electric locks on these latches. We can do LED lighting for the compartment lights. When we do that, we'll take and put a switch right here on this gas shock. That way when you open up the door, it illuminates the box instantly. That's a cool feature. That's probably one of my favorite features on these bodies. Moving on to the toolbox over top the wheel well here. So everybody always thinks that this box here opens up. That doesn't. This just controls, that locks this one here. So that'll open up right there. So this gives you a lot of space. You can get a big piece of whatever tools you're putting in there, long handle shovels. So yeah, so moving on from this box here, another thing to remember, yeah, you're not going to get your traditional service body toolbox, square inches per box, but you're hauling a gooseneck trailer, you need this low profile. Again, Martin's, this is their standard here. This is what we call the accent, would be with the diamond tread tops and then rear bumper. You can upgrade that if you'd like. It is an upcharge, and remember, like I said before, it will scratch easier. Moving on to the front box. Front box is going to come standard with 2 shelves, which are adjustable. We can add we can add more shelves if need be. Another thing cool about this is right here where it would step above the frame of the truck, it's going to step in 3 inches. So that'll give you 3 more inches of depth toward the top of the box. And remember, when I told you how this one has a narrower cargo space, remember, we're picking it up on the inside of the boxes. So that's a really cool thing. You're spending all this money on these bodies. You want to get the most bang for your buck. Same here, gas shock on here, reinforced doors, automotive style bulb seals on here. So on the Barton bodies, you can get the option of getting them painted, which would be either accent painting, or we could also do painting the full body. So the accent painting would be removing these 4 panels on the sides. It would be the door, this false panel here, the wheel well panel, and this panel. Painting those, and then also painting the rear tailgate. That would be the accent painting. Now, if you were to go with painting the complete body, that would be everything. The tailgate, the sides. The bumper is optional. Most of the time, if we do the painting everything, we'll do smooth aluminum and everything will get painted. Now, another thing to remember too is this panel here, since it's removable, if you were to blow a tire going down the road, that's going to be the first thing that gets messed up. You give us a call, we can send you a new panel. You can bolt it on yourself. Super easy. Yeah, something to keep in mind, because that's going to happen. Moving up to their headache rack, this is what they call their Style 4000 headache rack. Comes on all the Gooseneck service bodies. You can get this a couple different ways. You can get it like this. This would be standard. You can get it with a 3rd brake light cutout. And then you can also get it with no pipe louvers at all. I'll post pictures of those. That way you kind of understand what I'm talking about. The no pipe louver, that makes it takes your work truck and makes it look like the truck you can go out to church with on Sunday morning. Looking at all these beds here, they all have different features, some different than others, some better, some worse than others. Use your judgment. Take a look at what your operation needs. If you have any questions about any of these beds, give us a call. We work with these all day long, and we are installing these. We have a lot in stock, so if you're just wanting to look at some truck beds, swing by, take a look. If you're from out of town and you're wanting to see a particular bed, we can come out, we can do a walk around video and send it to you. If there's any more videos of different truck beds you guys would like to see, let us know about that as well. You can reach us at 330-933-7526, or check us out online, aletruckbeds.com. Check us out, guys. Have any questions, give us a call. The professionals in the office, our sales team is awesome, and we can help you out as far as, you know, setting your next truck up. Whether it's 1 truck or 20 trucks, we can take care of you here. Yeah, give us a call. Thanks, guys. We'll see you on the next one.